The Dan Townley Breakfast Show. Weekdays 8 till 10 on Six Towns Radio.
Yes, this is the Dan Townley Breakfast Show. This is Six Towns Radio, the bright side of Staffordshire. And joining me on the phone right now is Rachel Shenton. Sorry, Oscar nominee Rachel Shenton. Good morning, Rachel.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely no worries. Thank you very much for doing an interview this. I always say every time, thank you very much for doing it because it is 9:30 and it's early. If you don't have to be up at this time, it is early. I'm sorry.
I'm quite an early bird, actually. I've already done a run this morning.
Oh, a run?
I like it.
What?
Yeah.
What is this healthy thing you're doing? What is wrong? Let's back to the point at hand. Oscar nominee. How good does that feel?
It's still so surreal. It does feel pretty good, I've got to say, but it's very surreal.
So we were just talking just before we came live, and I said, like, do you get any kind of inkling that you're going to be on the nomination? So you were shortlisted, and the shortlist were very were public, but you didn't know that you were going to be nominated. So when it happened, I imagine every single emotion that you've ever felt in your life kind of appeared all at the same time.
Oh, it did, and we had no idea. We found out with everyone else that there was live announcements on pretty much, I think most news channels, but we watched the live stream from the Oscars, and we had you just don't know how it's going to go. And I don't know if you've seen the reaction video. I know it's doing the rounds at the moment because we filmed the reaction and kind of thought if it doesn't go our way, we'll just throw it in the bin and no one will ever have to see it. But thankfully it did, and every single time, I was like a bit cheered. I was very cheerful. I was sort of screaming. I was like very excited.
How would you kind of, because obviously you're going over to the awards ceremony, the Oscars. How do you prepare for something like that?
I have no idea. I mean, at the moment it's all very, very surreal. We'll actually fly out. I think we're flying on Friday or Saturday this week because there's before the actual Oscar ceremony, there's lunch. There's an Oscars lunch for the nominees, and also a few other things going on. And then we have some screenings in New York and Washington as well of the film. So we're actually going out on Friday or Saturday. So I probably should get prepared now. But I've no idea how you do that, really. Hopefully people will help me. That's what I'm hoping for.
with the preparation, because I've always, when you watch these things, and the Oscars, obviously it's such a huge awards. Like, it goes without saying, it's the biggest, especially for film. And that's the one that you go, right, we want an Oscar. When you're growing up as an actor and obviously a writer as well, you go, we want an Oscar. That's the thing.
I mean, yeah.
You watch it and you watch the reactions. You watch the reactions of the people who are nominated when they win, but the camera also cuts to people when they're not successful. Now, are you going to be like full on? Yes, yeah. Are you going to be running around? Have you practiced the go and get the awards?
I can't even get my head around that, but all I'll say is, when I've ever watched the reaction videos before of people who didn't get the Oscar, I mean, everybody always says, it's just great to be nominated, and I never quite believed them until now, because honestly, the feeling of just being nominated, it feels like we've already won, if that sounds terribly cheesy, but it kind of does, and we're just so honoured to be on that list. It feels like such an achievement already.
Like you said, you're going there for a nominees lunch, and you're going for the whole part of the awards process, and that, I guess, is, like you said, it's like winning. You go there and you're like, wow, this is happening, and I imagine it won't sink in for a very long time, this whole process. So I think it's going to be one of those things that sinks in afterwards. It always is, isn't it? Because it's been such a whirlwind since the nominations were announced last week. So it was a week today that they were announced. So it's kind of just been a bit crazy. But desperately trying to take it all in, kind of breathe and take it all in, because I don't want to miss any of it. Let's talk about the film, The Silent Child. Now, you obviously you wrote it and you directed it. You starred in it. Sorry,
I didn't. I didn't direct it.
Wrote and starred in it. It's a film, and obviously the script. It means more to you because of your experience growing up, isn't it? It's a personal story to you, which I guess when it comes to the awards, again, this is a huge thing for you. This is like your words been put down, your experiences. So for that to be put up an award, that's incredible.
Oh, it is, and it's totally. I mean, it makes you feel incredibly vulnerable, I have to say, because the story is so close to my heart, and the subject so close to my heart that I guess I feel, well, I mean, everyone on the project, our brilliant director, feels very invested as well, but I think it does have an extra investment for me because of the subject, which is obviously profoundly deaf child born to hearing parents. My dad was deaf, lived the last 2 years of his life profoundly deaf, so I've been involved in the deaf community for years, so it really is extra special for me.
And you obviously worked with Deaflinks, which is a local charity here in Stoke.
Still do a lot. Yeah, they helped us make it.
So you've obviously with the film as well. You've opened up a kind of understanding for people who might not necessarily, see that side of what it's like to live with hearing impairments, and that's so with that you're promoting obviously the charity that's still very close to your heart.
Absolutely, and that's what it was all about. I mean, it really was about raising awareness, but in an emotive way, not in a political campaigny, we must do this kind of way. Just emotional, and people connect with the characters in the story, and thus gives people an education and understanding of deafness. And Deaflink's name is at the end of the film. They helped us produce it. They've acted as consultants throughout the whole process. I'm super, super proud that they're involved.
Rachel, thank you very much for chatting to us this morning. Obviously, you say you're flying off on Friday to be part of the whole event. Will you be keeping everybody updated on social media? Because it's something that I want to be following every step of the way. Can people do that with you?
Yes, I will try. I will absolutely try my best. I'm totally rubbish on social media, but the film pages are better. The Silent Child will absolutely be keeping everything up to date. So yes, follow us. Follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram.
And it's searching The Silent Child, isn't it? And it's all on social media.
Silent Child Film, yeah. Silent Child Film, yeah.
Rachel, thank you very much, and best of luck at the Oscars.